Welcome back to the channel, Hobby1 Kenobi here. I decided to interrupt my Harrier build and get going on the next armor project. I don't often jump to one project before I finish another, but occasionally life gets in the way of our hobbies and we lose steam on a particular build, so here I am starting a new one. This is the M1126 Stryker from AFV Club. I've built two versions of this kit and decided to show you how I tackle certain issues and modifications. So let's go ahead and open up the box and take just a few minutes to see what's inside. The instructions are very clear, however I will build this kit in a different order than suggested here. There appear to be about 7 different vehicles to build, but they are all the same green color. Moving on to the build, the first thing we need to take care of are all of these tubes. These simply hold the struts for the wheels and will need any flash removed to guarantee a good fit, but ultimately they will not be seen. A few drops of Tamiya Extra Thin will affix them to the lower hull. Next, we'll want to clean up the hull parts and get them onto the vehicle. Cleanup is easy since the leftover sprue is attached to a side that will not be seen. Again, remove any excess so they will fit well. Before we go further, I'd like to show you my two previous AFV Club Strykers. This first one is the M1128, which carries a 105mm tank gun. I made two modifications to this kit. The most dramatic is turning the first two axles of the vehicle. This requires a bit of careful surgery with some rather delicate parts. Later in this video, I will show you how I go about making this change. The other modification is to alter the side view mirrors to be folded into a tucked away position. Many other details can be added to the model to add to the realism. I used aftermarket stickers from AFV Club, which simulate the anti-reflection coating found on the lenses of periscopes for this vehicle. I decided to pick the vehicle as if it were moving through the gravel roads found at the Grafenwohr training area in Germany. And seen here is the Stryker M1134, armed with an anti-tank guided missile system. For this model, I also modified the axles so the first 4 wheels would turn in a natural position. I scratch built the cover on the missile launcher mount with plastic sheet, which correctly depicts the look of the actual vehicle. Again, I modified the side view mirrors and used anti-reflection lenses from AFV Club. Under the amber light used for training purposes, I added some wound thin wire and stretched it to replicate the cable underneath. Straps made from paper are found along the vehicle. I also drilled each of the grenade launchers to depict empty barrels. This process wasn't as difficult as it may seem. Perhaps I will show it in a future video. The model received a light brushing to bring out details, and artist oils and pastels were used to depict the dirt along the side of the vehicle. I am proud to say that this model captured a few awards at local contests, including a Best Armor at one, and a Best Armor and a Best of Show at another. Okay, now back to the current Stryker build. Now I will show you how I modify the angle of the front wheels. First, they must be very carefully removed from the tree, and all flash carefully removed. Once all of these pieces have been cleaned up, I will need to decide how I'm going to remove some of these parts. I could use a knife, but this would apply a lot of extra pressure to the very thin pieces. I could also use this hand saw, but I'm not able to really get around into the right corner. So ultimately I'm going to use these Tamiya clippers. These are going to have a bit of an angle to them, so I still need to be very careful and actually begin to press them quite slowly. Once I've removed some of the pieces, I can start to see the angle that I'm going to move the wheels in. It's important that both set of wheels, the front axle and the axle just behind it, need to be at the exact same angle. Here I remove a part and actually end up taking too much off. Luckily this is repaired by adding Tamiya extra thin to the part and pressing it together tightly. Once all of the pieces have been separated from each other, I can now start to add pieces individually to the hull and start to create the shape and the angle that I would like the axles to be in and ultimately the wheels to be in. And there you go. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit subscribe. Please share the video. Please like the video. And please feel free to comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.